Dominick Reyes unleashes on Jon Jones, the retirement saga that's shaking the UFC. The air in the UFC is thick with tension. A legend's shadow looms large, but his steps falter, leaving fighters and fans alike caught in a storm of uncertainty. Jon Jones, the man once untouchable, is now at the center of a controversy that's tearing through the MMA world. And Dominick Reyes, the light heavyweight warrior who nearly dethroned him, isn't holding back. He's had enough. Reyes is calling out Jones for stringing everyone along, for playing games with retirement, and for dodging the fights that matter most. This is the story of a champion's indecision, a challenger's frustration, and a fan base left demanding answers. In early 2025, Jon Jones sent shockwaves through the UFC. He'd held the heavyweight division hostage for nearly a year, sitting atop the throne without defending it, his name alone enough to freeze contenders in their tracks. Then, in a move that stunned the fight world, he announced his retirement. The greatest light heavyweight of all time, the man who'd conquered Daniel Cormier, Alexander Gustafsson, and a slew of others, was walking away. Or so we thought. Just 2 weeks later, Jones flipped the script. He re-entered the USADA testing pool, signaling a return. Rumors swirled of a grand comeback, maybe even a title shot at a UFC event at the White House in July 2026. From retired to ready in a heartbeat, what was going on? Dominick Reyes, the man who pushed Jones to the brink in 2020, couldn't stay silent. On the Pound for Pound podcast, he let loose, his voice dripping with frustration. He does this thing that he does, and he just strings everyone along, and he lies and tells this and says that. He's smug about it and arrogant. He's not being genuine. We just want a genuine answer out of you, bro. Not some bullcrap, string everybody along, oh, well, maybe this, are you gonna fight or not? Reyes' words cut deep, echoing the sentiments of fans who've watched Jones' every move with growing exasperation. Is he done or isn't he? That's the question burning through the MMA community. Reyes didn't stop there. He doubled down, accusing Jones of ducking fights that could define his legacy. Their clash at UFC 247 in 2020 remains one of the most controversial decisions in UFC history. Reyes, then an undefeated prospect, brought the fight to Jones like few ever had. He landed crisp combinations, rocked the champion, and left the Toyota Center in Houston with fans chanting his name. Many scorecards had Reyes winning, some by a wide margin. Yet when the judge's decision came, it was Jones's hand raised, a unanimous decision that sparked outrage. Reyes believed he had won. The fans believed he had won. But Jones walked away, still champion. That fight changed everything for Reyes. He lobbied for the rematch, chasing it for a year, believing he deserved another shot to prove that he was the better man. But Jones had other plans. He lobbied for the rematch for an entire year, and he said, drop the belt and went to heavyweight. He ran from me. He said, you're not paying me enough to fight that guy. He's too dangerous. Those words from Jones, if true, paint a picture of a champion avoiding a threat. Reyes wasn't just another contender. He was the one who had come closest to ending Jones's reign. By vacating the light heavyweight title and moving to heavyweight, Jones sidesteps the rematch, leaving Reyes and the fans without closure. If you're watching this and feeling the same frustration as Reyes, hit that subscribe button to join MMA Arena for more raw stories from the fight world. We're here to break down the moments that matter, the rivalries that define the sport. Jones's move to heavyweight wasn't the end of the controversy. After years of bulking up and teasing a new chapter, he finally fought for the heavyweight title in 2023, submitting Cyril Gane in just over 2 minutes. It was a masterclass, a reminder of why Jones is considered one of the greatest ever. But then, silence. Injuries, personal issues, and a reluctance to face interim champion Tom Aspinall kept Jones out of the cage. Fans clamored for the unification bout, a clash between Jones's technical brilliance and Aspinall's raw power. It never came. Instead, Jones retired, leaving the division in limbo again. Reyes didn't mince words about this either. He ran away from fighting Tom Aspinall, pointing to another dodged challenge. Let's step back and look at Jon Jones's career, because it's impossible to talk about this saga without understanding the man at its center. Jones burst into the UFC in 2008, a 21-year-old prodigy with a lanky frame and a wrestling pedigree. By 2011, he was the youngest champion in UFC history, dismantling Mauricio Shogun Rua to claim the light heavyweight title. What followed was a reign of dominance unmatched in the division's history. He outclassed legends, Rashaan Evans, Vitor Belfort, Daniel Cormier, each victory cementing his legacy. But Jones's career wasn't without shadows. Legal troubles, failed drug tests, and personal controversies followed him, creating a polarizing figure. To some, he's the GOAT, a fighter whose skill transcends his flaws. To others, he's a symbol of wasted potential, a man who could have achieved even more if not for his own decisions. Reyes, on the other hand, represents something different. A California native with a football background, entered the UFC in 2017 with a chip on his shoulder. Undefeated through 12 fights, he earned his shot at Jones by tearing through the light heavyweight division. His speed, power, and athleticism made him a nightmare matchup, and at UFC 247, he proved it. Even in defeat, Reyes showed he belonged, but the loss hit hard. 3 straight defeats followed, each one testing his resolve. He could have walked away. Instead, he rebuilt. Now, in 2025, Reyes is riding a 3-fight win streak, his eyes locked on another title shot. He's set to face Carlos Alberg at UFC Perth in September, a fight that could propel him back into contention. But for Reyes, this isn't just about his own journey. It's about holding Jones accountable. If you're done, say you're done. If you're not, say, let's go, but I want more money or I want this. That's it. Don't say, we'll see, there's a big announcement coming out, and then it's nothing. Reyes is speaking for every fan who's grown tired of the teases, the cryptic posts, the endless speculation. Jones has always been a master of controlling the narrative, dropping hints on social media, keeping the MMA world on edge. But this time, the game feels different. The heavyweight division needs clarity. Fans want resolution, and Reyes is demanding it. So why does this matter? Why does Jones' indecision spark such passion? It's because he's not just any fighter. Jon Jones is a once-in-a-generation talent, a man who redefined what's possible in the octagon. His fights are events, moments that stop time for MMA fans. When he steps into the cage, the world watches. But with that power comes responsibility. By holding up divisions, by teasing retirements and comebacks, Jones is toying with the sport's heartbeat. The heavyweight division, already chaotic with Aspinall's rise and other contenders waiting, can't afford another year of uncertainty. And Reyes knows it. He's been on the other side of Jones's games, left waiting for a rematch that never came. Let's talk about that rematch for a moment. UFC 247 wasn't just a fight, it was a war that exposed Jones's mortality. Reyes landed 116 significant strikes to Jones's 104, according to UFC stats. He outworked the champion in the early rounds, using his reach and speed to keep Jones on the defensive. Analysts like ESPN's Ariel Helwani called it one of the closest title fights in recent memory. Yet, the judges saw it differently. 48-47, 48-47, 49-46 for Jones. The scorecards sparked debate, with fans and media split. Some argued Jones's pressure and late-round rally swayed the judges. Others saw Reyes as the rightful winner, robbed of his moment. That night in Houston, Reyes walked away without the belt. But he earned something else: respect. Jones's decision to vacate the title shortly after didn't sit right with Reyes. It felt like an escape, a way to avoid the rematch that could have settled the score. Jones's camp claimed the move to heavyweight was about chasing new challenges, about cementing his legacy across two divisions. But Reyes saw it differently. "He ran from me. He's too dangerous." Those words attributed to Jones linger like a challenge unanswered. Whether Jones truly said them or not, they fuel Reyes' fire, a reminder of what could have been. Now in 2025, the MMA landscape is shifting. Jones's brief retirement and sudden return have left more questions than answers. Will he fight again?